pirates, summon the heroic spirit. Drake at the beginning. Author, like the wind. Page 101. The Golden Lion looked at Drake, smiled disdainfully and said, "It's just the Zion's subordinate, and your record is not outstanding. I don't know why the Navy set such a high bounty for you, just because you are the captain. That group of navies are really stupid. Whether I'm worth that bounty, you'll soon end out." Drake pulled out his pistol and pointed at the Golden Lion. "Can you be honest and give us that devil fruit?" Ha 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 ha. "It seems that I haven't come out for too long. Let the world not know my horror." Seeing Drake pointing a gun at him, Golden Lion laughed exaggeratedly and said, "Now, any pirate here, dare to point a gun at me? If you want this devil fruit, use your strength to grab it." "Did you mean this devil fruit?" Dio suddenly appeared beside Drake, holding the fruit that the Golden Lion just held in his hand. Seeing the devil fruit in Dio's hand, the Golden Lion couldn't help being taken aback, and quickly looked at the devil fruit in his own hand, but when he looked over, he only saw the empty palm. The ability to pause time is really useful. Drake looked at Dio next to him and said in a voice so small that 3 companions could hear, "If I had your ability before, it would be much easier for me to get the treasure." My abilities are not so easy to possess. Dio threw the devil fruit in his hand and said with a smile, "Do you want me to help clean up that old guy?" "Is that guy the Golden Lion?" Imiyashiro landed gently next to Drake from the air and said, "What an exaggerated formation. Even the island was brought here." "You're back too." Drake looked at Imiyashiro and said, "Aren't you going to monitor the town?" "The town will be monitoring later." Imiya shook his head, seeing so many ships and islands falling towards the duel. "Dio and I still want to come and help." "Then you may be disappointed. Let me handle this guy alone." Drake said with a smile, "I told Yan earlier that I want to help him get rid of the Golden Lion, and he looked down on me just now, which really hurt my pirate pride. In this case, let me be a spectator." Dio said, took the devil fruit, turned and walked towards the auditorium. "You bastard, give me back my devil fruit." Although it is unclear how Dio let him take his devil fruit without realizing it, but seeing that Dio was going to leave with his own fruit, the Golden Lion immediately kick out a giant sword attack with a sword on your feet to attack Dio. Facing the oncoming giant sword energy, Dio did not dodge or evade, and still walked slowly towards the auditorium. Chapter 97 Fighting the Golden Lion, for subscription. Seeing the Golden Lion kicking sword energy towards Dio, Drake smiled, raised his 2 guns and quickly pulled the trigger towards the sword energy. Boom, boom, boom. Accompanied by the sound of bullets, the sword energy quickly dissipated in the air, without stopping Dio's footsteps at all. "Sorry, your opponent is me. I don't allow you to attack other people." Drake held 2 guns, looked at the Golden Lion contently and said, "In this case, try to stop me." Saying so, the Golden Lion pointed to a waiting island beside him with Wonder, and waved earnestly at Musashi. Randomly, the island falls in the direction of Drake. "Run, the island is falling." Seeing the island falling towards the duel arena, the spectators who insisted on staying in their auditorium could no longer hold on, and edged to the outside of the arena quickly. Drake's mouth turned slightly, he raised his head slightly, and suddenly 2 cannon muzzles emerged from the golden light behind him. Drake read a shot at the falling island, and the gun muzzle behind her followed Drake's gunshot, continuously spraying golden rays from it. In just a few seconds, the fallen island was broken down into countless knee rubble. Seeing that the island he controlled with his ability was crushed by Drake in an instant, even there, Golden Lion was a little surprised. "It seems that you are not a weak woman." The Golden Lion was a little surprised and said, "How about it? Why don't you come directly to my command?" Page 102. "If you are willing, I will give you unimaginable natural resources and rights." You don't have what I want." Drake said lightly, "Yan is my home, and I will not be anyone's subordinate except him." "In that case, don't blame me." Hearing Drake's words, the Golden Lion said in a mood. First he was rejected by Miyamoto Musashi, and now he was rejected by Drake, which made their proud Golden Lion very upset. When he was still sailing the great seas, no one but Roger was unwilling to face his recruitment. But now, he was rejected twice in front of so many people, which made the Golden Lion extremely angry. "You can destroy one of my islands, but I want to see if you can destroy all of my islands." Following the words of the Golden Lion, all the awaiting islands in the sky began to fall towards the dueling island. "If it is not stopped, the entire duel island will fall into the sea." Facing the awaiting island falling towards him, Drake showed a condensed smile. "Little ones, it's time. The Storm King, the undead horde. The wild hunt is about to begin." Accompanied by Drake's words, the golden deer suddenly appeared at Drake's feet, leading her to the fallen island. At the same time, with the golden deer as the center, dozens of ships launched one after another, and together with the golden deer, they stretched out their cannons towards the attacking island. "These ites are the proof of my existence." "It is, Golden Road and Stormy Night. Remember the name of the trick that defeated you, Golden Lion." As soon as the words fell, Drake pulled the trigger of the gun. With the ring of the bullets in Drake's hand, the muscles of all the ships read a large number of golden rays, and the islands and the Golden Lion's ship that were ying towards the sky at an extremely fast speed. There were a large number of islands in the blink of an eye, and ships were blasted to pieces by golden rays. And the Golden Lion received special care from Drake, and powerful golden rays continuously attacked the Golden Lion. What? Seeing that the laser light easily broke through the island where he landed and came in front of him, the Golden Lion quickly used its fruit's ability to dodge in the air quickly. But as more and more islands and ships were broken, more guns aimed at the Golden Lion, which caused the Golden Lion to be frequently shot by lasers because it was too late to dodge. Although the Golden Lion defends with armed colors in time, it is inevitable to be injured. Damn it! Seeing that the islands and aid he brought would be destroyed in a blink of an eye, the Golden Lion roared angrily. He never expected that he, who was originally here to recruit talents, would suddenly fall into such a situation. He even didn't expect that Drake, who he thought had little strength, could summon such a large number of ships out of thin air, and the repower of each ship was extremely powerful. It's like there are multiple orangutans using lasers non-stop. Seeing Drake surrounded by so many ships, Golden Lion Nully knew why Drake was appointed as the captain by Xian. With such a powerful eight, of course he is worthy of the captain status. Damn it, I can't go on like this. Thinking that if all the islands he brought were shattered, Drake would definitely have all their artillery re-aimed at him, which would be extremely unfavorable to him. So the Golden Lion hurriedly used his ability to gather the islands that were not completely shattered together. Stand in front of yourself. Lion mighty roll. With a roar of the Golden Lion, several islands that were crumpled together turned into multiple lion head-shaped tiles, and quickly rushed towards the Golden Deer where Drake was, and there Golden Lion himself followed closely behind. Hee, do you think you can get close to me like this? Drake shook his head and laughed. Little ones, focus all the repower on those lion head clods. For me, maximum repower, full cannon boom. A large amount of golden light emanated from Drake's head and merged with each other to form a huge golden light rushing towards the lion's head, illuminating everything along the way. Boom. The collision of the laser with the lion head tile erupts with a loud roar. After a brief confrontation between the laser and the lion's head block, the lion's head block shattered, revealing the golden lion behind it. Damn it! Lion Chikiraya, break it for me. Facing the incoming laser light, the Golden Lion, who had no time to dodge, used all its strength to continuously kick out huge light blades with the double swords on its feet towards the laser light. The light blade broke through some lasers, but was quickly swallowed by the lasers, and continued to attack the Golden Lion. The Golden Lion can only kick out the sword energy more quickly. But even so, the laser is constantly drawing closer to the Golden Lion. Page 103. Haha. Seeing the Golden Lion trying to resist the laser, Drake slightly raised the corner of his mouth. Little ones, give me another round of shelling. Boom. Along with the roar of the 8 new laser beams quickly grazing towards the Golden Lion, facing this new round of attacks, the Golden Lion was completely unable to resist, and was covered in the golden light. The laser light quickly dissipated into the sky, and as the laser light dissipated, the Golden Lion fell to the ground with white eyes and a big mouth. Chapter 98. The Golden Lion's Transaction. Subscribe. Boom. Soon, the unconscious Golden Lion hit the ground heavily. As expected of the Golden Lion, I had a great time playing. Haha. Drake, who scattered the noble phantas, jumped to the side of the Golden Lion and said, the legendary big pirate Golden Lion has been defeated. Big news. The big pirate Golden Lion has been dealt with by Captain Drake. Seeing the Golden Lion lying down next to Drake, the audience, who was still in the duel arena, suddenly boiled. This guy is indeed quite powerful. Dio, who watched Drake's GHT all the way, jumped in front of Drake and said, but, do you know where the boss is? Drake, inside the inherent enchantment. Imiyashiro walked to Dio's side and said, I feel the magic power of the inherent barrier being unfolded here. Oh. It's your unlimited sword system. Dio turned his head to look at Imiya. I have been interested in your ability for a long time, and you can create a small world independent of reality. I have never seen a stand-in with such ability. When will you let me know and how? Let's talk about it later. Imiya shook his head. However, this feeling is not the inherent enchantment of Infinity Sword system. It should be Scheherazada's treasure. However, Xian and the others are really slow. Long Wan said with a displeased face. It's just a few managers, so it took so long to GHT. Even Drake hasn't come out after defeating the Golden Lion. Really? That guy can't be intimate with Scheherazada. That guy has always set his sights on Scheherazada from before. Damn, I don't know what's so good about a cow like that. Tornado, who had just finished speaking, suddenly found herself covered in shadows, raised her head, and found that Drake, Tsunade, and Minamoto Reimitsu had surrounded her. Wait, I'm not talking about you guys. Feeling something bad, Tornado quickly explained. I can't just let you go like this. Tsunade squeezed his street. Obviously you often get together with Yunni by virtue of your petite physique, and now you still talk about us. It seems that you have to teach you a lesson. Wait, I didn't say you guys, I said Scheherazada. Under the dissatisfaction of the Tornado, Tsunade and others surrounded the tornado and needed it. After a while, Tornado lay down on the ground and breathed in the fresh air. By the way, the tornado should not be included. Musashi looked at his chest and said in a low voice, "No, yours is big too." On the side, he got acquainted with Musashi and complained, "Ah, is that right? That's pretty good. I seem to like this. Ha ha." Hearing Robin's words, Musashi said with a smile, "However, Robin, yours is not bad. Hee hee." Hearing Musashi's words, Robin touched the tip of his nose in embarrassment. Even Robin was a little embarrassed to be said so directly. "However, I really envy Scheherazade." Minamoto Larimitsu put his hands together, looked at the sky and said, "If only my treasure could let me and my darling be alone together. They must be loving each other now." "Are you talking about me?" Ziyan suddenly appeared behind Juan Guing, hugging him. Page 104. Live her. Scheherazade and Spartacus appeared behind Ziyan at the same time, and beside them were the managers who were already out of shape. "Ah, you're out at last, dear." Minamoto Larimitsu leaned on Ziyan. "Do you know how much I miss you during your absence?" "Thank you, Minamoto-san." Ziyan patted Minamoto Larimitsu on the shoulder, looked at the golden lion lying on their ground, unable to sleep. "It seems that you have already fought the golden lion during the time I was away." "Actually, Drake made the shot. We just watched." Dio walked to Ziyan's side, and handed over the phantom beast devil fruit that he snatched from the golden lion. "I snatched this from the golden lion, and I will give it to you now." "Thank you, Dio." Ziyan took the devil fruit with a smile. "Yun, what should I do with this guy?" Drake walked to Ziyan's side with a smile and said. Ziyan looked at the golden lion lying on the ground, squinted his eyes slightly, relying on their force of his thoughts. Ziyan keenly found that the golden lion had woken up just now. As expected of a veteran powerhouse, he woke up so quickly. Ziyan thought silently in his heart, "It's useless to keep it, just kill it." Ziyan noticed that the golden lion had woken up and said loudly on purpose, "Wait, I have something to say." Hearing Ziyan's words, the golden lion, who was planning to end a chance to escape, immediately jumped up. "You are, Black-haired Admiral, Ziyan, how about we make a deal? I hand over the wealth I have accumulated over the years. How about you let me go? Don't worry, I know that you have asked the Navy for devil fruits, and my base also has devil fruits. Although it's not as good as the Phantom Beast devil fruit in your hand, there are still good quality fruits, and there are quite a few berries. How about it? You won't get anything if you kill me. Why don't you just let me go and get these treasures? It's a good deal." Ziyan stroked his chin and looked at the golden lion. "Then, how about taking us there now? As long as I get the treasure, I promise to let you go." "Why should I trust you?" "What if you get the treasure and turn around and kill me?" the golden lion said dissatisfiedly. "You have no choice, golden lion." Ziyan shook his head and said, "You can only choose to trust me. Don't worry, I personally still care about reputation. If because of your order, the people who will be captured by me in the future are unwilling to trust me and give me treasure, then I will be at a loss. Besides, I don't trust you, golden lion." Ziyan threw away the phantom beast devil fruit in his hand. "Even this devil fruit in my hand, I don't believe that you are really willing to hand it over to the winner of the competition. So, don't make any crooked ideas. Honestly, take me to get your treasure, and I will naturally let you go when the time comes." The golden lion was silent. As Ziyan said, he did not intend to hand over this phantom beast devil fruit. This is just to attract people with potential to join him. As long as he joins, Golden Lion has plenty of ways to make him obey him. But now, even if Golden Lion doesn't intend to really hand over the fruit of this phantom beast, the fruit will never return to his hands. Chapter 99. Going to the base of the Golden Lion. Subscribe. How about it? Do you want to trust us once, Golden Lion? Ziyan walked up to the Golden Lion and projected a sword. "If you agree, we will take your treasure now. If you don't agree." Ziyan raised his sword and pointed at the Golden Lion. "Then, your legend ends today." Looking at the sword in Ziyan's hand, the Golden Lion thought for a while and said, "Okay, I'll trust you just once. I put all my treasures on a waiting island, which I temporarily use as a base. However, I'm hurt now." Page 105. It is inconvenient to use the ability of uttering fruit to Y, so I hope you ask your doctor to treat me RST. After that, I will take you to my base to get my treasure. Ziyan smiled, put away the sword in his hand, raised his hand slightly. The Golden Lion automatically oated in midair, and he himself also oated in midair. Looking at the Golden Lion, who was surprised by the sudden oating, Ziyan said lightly, "No need, just point me in the direction, and I will be able to wire you back by myself." "So, how far is your base from this dueling island?" The Golden Lion recovered from his astonishment, and looked at Ziyan with apprehension. "Piao Piao fruit should only have one, and my oating ability can't affect other creatures, but you can." "What is your ability?" "You don't have to worry about that." Ziyan looked at the Golden Lion and shook his head. "You just need to point us in the direction. Honestly, hand over our spoils to us, and then you will be free." The Golden Lion saw that Ziyan did not intend to reveal the reason why he was able to why and was able to make people why, So the Golden Lion stopped asking. My base is not far from this awaiting island. If I why with all my strength, one day is enough. Ziyan nodded and said, okay, if that's the case, I'll go alone. The rest of you can wait and rest on this island for the time being, and I will come back immediately after getting what I want. But, if you go alone, what should you do if you are in danger? Hearing that Ziyan wanted to go alone, Yuan Liguang immediately. He said anxiously, if it's because you want to why, dear, you can take us with you, even if you only take the tornado. After all, she can why too. No need. Ziyan smiled and patted Minamoto Larimitsu on the shoulder. It's just to get the spoils, there is no danger. Besides, even if you encounter an enemy, it must be the other party who is in danger. Haha, Ziyan said contentedly. Also, don't forget the position on the golden deer. I can use it. If I go alone, I can come back quickly. Since it's your decision, naturally I won't. Drake stepped forward and tidied up Ziyan's skirt. I will unfold the golden deer. If there is a real situation, immediately use that. Ziyan nodded and looked at his partner. You don't have to worry, you will let know my strength. If that's the case, come back soon, Yuan Liguang couldn't help but said. Ziyan nodded to Yuan Liguang. So, Jimmy, what are your plans next? Ziyan turned his head and asked Jimmy, who had been silent since he saw that his companions were all dead. If it's just you, the competition on the dual island must not be able to go on. Jimmy looked up at Ziyan with an extremely complicated expression. I didn't expect that dual island, which has existed for so many years, would have such an ending. Jimmy shook his head. Next time, I will leave this island. If you want this island, you can take it yourself, presumably with your strength. The residents of the island dare not object. Although this island does not consider itself a country, after so many years of development, its scale is already comparable to that of an ordinary country. If you are quite kings, you can try to rule here. Speaking of which, the strong man you stepped on just now tried to establish a kingdom. Jimmy laughed self-deprecatingly. However, the rest of us didn't agree with him wanting to be king, so in the end it was over. Although he didn't become the king in the end, he changed the place where we lived into a castle. There is the wealth we have accumulated over the years, although there is no devil fruit you are interested in. But it's also a lot of money, so it's my money to buy my life. How about it? Ziyan smiled, looked at Jimmy and said, if you didn't intend to avenge your companions, I wouldn't have planned to attack you. Page 106. You geese still keep the agreement, and you can remind your companions when they attack. Musashi. So, I'm not going to kill you. Tsunade, give him some treatment. Seeing Jimmy's wound still dripping blood, Ziyan turned to Tsunade and said, then, I'll go RST. Ziyan noted in the air again with the golden lion. As for this island, it will be our territory. From now on, when I go out, I will trouble you to recover this place. If someone wants to make trouble, you can use some extreme methods. Hee. Don't worry, leave this matter to me. Dio patted his chest. I will make them recognize the new owner of this island. Ziyan smiled, nodded to his companions, and rushed to the sky with the golden lion. Okay, it's time for us to work. Seeing that Ziyan and the golden lion had flown away, Dio eagerly said, it's time for this island to have a king. When Dio and the others were preparing to recover the island, in Spandam's office, Bruno brought him some Zero information. Commander Spandam, these are my reports, Bruno said with a pale face. Impossible. How could those senior agents of Zero die so easily? Spandam covered his head and screamed wildly. With their strength, how could they die quietly, like this? Why are there no violent battle situations? With their level of combat strength, once they GHT with all their strength, it will not be difficult to attend this island. Moreover, even if they GHT for a few days and nights, they will have no problem. But why did he die so peacefully now, without even causing any damage to the island? This is simply impossible. Chapter 100 Spandam's report, subscription required. Although Spandam was very unwilling to believe that several powerful Zero senior agents died like this, but facing the corpse brought back by Bruno, he had to convince him. Although it is difficult to see the corpses of the three Zeros before they were alive, Spandam still easily recognized the identities of the corpses through a few details. Commander Spandam, what shall we do next? Although Bruno had already guessed that the Zeros might be dead, he was still surprised when he saw their dead bodies. That Imiyashiru and the blonde man are on that building, making it difficult for us to sneak in and investigate the situation of the Zeros. If it wasn't for the sudden appearance of awaiting islands and dates to distract Imiyashiru and the others, I still haven't been able to ND out the lives and deaths of the Zeros. What's the use of investigating clearly? What should I do now? How do I know? Spandam yelled in dissatisfaction. At RST, I thought I could use Caliphate to lure Ziyan out alone, and let Zero kill him. Now that Zero people are dead, how do I know what to do? Boom. Suddenly, Cuckoo pushed the door of Spandam's room open. Commander Spandam, the fabled Golden Lion has been defeated. Also, the administrators of this island were all defeated by Ziyan and others, and now this island belongs to Ziyan and his group. Cuckoo, who suddenly pushed away from the room, walked in and said, "While thinking about Spandam. Now Xian's people have started to act. Those who are willing to accept their rule are Ni. But those who do not accept their rule will be expelled from this island. Several forces on the island have been uprooted by Xian's partners. It may be that they will come to us again soon." "What?" Hearing Cuckoo's words, Spandam exclaimed in surprise. "What about Xian and the Golden Lion?" "Xian took the Golden Lion and drew away towards the sky. I don't know where they went." Cuckoo shook his head and said, "And many more." Spandam stopped Cuckoo. "You mean Xian can Y, and he can Y with people?" "Commander, you know my eyesight. I can't be wrong." Cuckoo said seriously, although I was surprised to see that guy Xian can Y. "No, this information must be reported to the world government and navy." Spandam hastily took out the phone bug, advanced stealth, as well as the ability of clouds to Y, must be reported to the higher authorities. If the superiors don't know about this, they may fail to arrest Xian. Page 107. Speaking of which, Spandam looked at Bruno and Cuckoo in the room. "Go and investigate Xian's whereabouts and purpose now, and besides, don't connect with Xian and his party right now, or you will really die. By the way, wait and call Khalifa to me." After speaking, Spandam ignored Karuno and dialed the number with trembling hands. Seeing Spandam's appearance, Cuckoo and Bruno looked at each other, and walked out of Spandam's room together to carry out their mission. "Hey." After dialing the number, a deep voice came from Spandam's phone bug. "Hello, this is Spandam who is on duty on Dual Island. I have something important to report." After making the phone call, Spandam quickly told the high-level world government on their opposite side what happened on the island during this period. "Is that so? Are the 30 senior agents dead?" After listening to Spandam's report, the voice in the phone bug became even more gloomy. "Spandam, you were the one who suggested that the Zeros arrest Shirumia and the blonde man!" Hearing the words from the phone bug, Spandam was startled, and hurriedly said, "Wait, I didn't suggest that the officers of Zero should attack Miyashiro and the others." "Sir, think about it. With my official position, how can I let the officers of Zero do things according to my requirements?" "You needn't quibble, Spandam." The top world government of Xin continued, "Senior agents of China reported to me before the operation. And I also specifically mentioned that you suggested it. Let me credit you for your credit." "Oh, it's ironic, Spandam." This sweat broke out on Spandam's face. 30 high-level specials died, and one of them was a top-notch powerhouse. "Spandam, you must take responsibility for this." The high-level voice of the world government continued to reach Spandam's ears through the phone bug. "From now on, you are not Commander 9. They will send someone to deal with you. I hope you don't think about running away. As a member of the world government, you should know our capabilities." Wait, I have another piece of information." Hearing that his superior was about to execute him, Spandam hurriedly shouted, "That Xian likes my subordinate Khalifa very much. That is the information Khalifa obtained from Xian. I can let Khalifa lure Xian to come out alone, then the Navy and world government can quickly arrest or execute Xian. With the current strength of the Drake pirates, I think it is the most effective way to deal with their boss Xian directly." And that Xian also said that he is the leader of Blue Star. "If we can kill him, it means that we will directly disintegrate the Drake pirates and stop Blue Star." "Oh." The high-level executive opposite the phone bug raised his tone a little. "Are you sure your subordinates can lure Xian out alone?" "Yes, I'm sure." Hearing the tone of the senior executives eased, Spandam quickly returned, "Khalifa and Xian are very close. That Xian is very obsessed with Khalifa. If Khalifa speaks, Xian will definitely be willing to spend some time alone with her. That Xian is surrounded by many beautiful women, but it does not rule out the possibility that he will be confused by your subordinate named Khalifa." The executive pondered for a while, and then resumed his low tone. "If you can get your people to lure Xian to leave his partner for a while, I won't bother you about the senior agent. On the contrary, I will also credit you for your contribution. So do your best, Spandam, and I look forward to hearing from you. The 8 of the Navy and the world government will arrive at Dual Island soon. I hope you can complete your mission before then." After finishing speaking, the top level of the world government hung up the phone. Looking at the phone bug who had returned to silence, Spandam sat slumped on his seat with a face full of panic. Boom, boom, boom. While Spandam was still in panic, there was a knock on the door. Page 108. "I'm coming in, Spandam." With the sound of pushing the door, Khalifa walked into the room. "What do you want from me?" After entering the room, Khalifa asked Spandam. "You came just in time, Khalifa." Seeing Khalifa walk in, Spandam cheered up. "You know, the Navy and the world government have sent a lot of strong men to deal with the Drake pirates, and they will arrive on this island soon. However, you must have seen the strength of the Drake pirates. If there is a direct connect, the people on our side will definitely suffer heavy losses. So, I recommended you to the chief of the world government to lure Xian out alone, so that we can attack Xian directly." "You're really going to do it, Spandam?" Hearing Spandam's words, Khalifa frowned tightly. "This matter has been settled. and the top level of the world government has also agreed to this plan. Khalifa Spandam continued, in the next time, all the staff will cooperate with you. You know what the world government will do if this mission gets screwed up, causing massive damage on our side. Khalifa sighed and looked at Spandam impatiently. Anyway, this is your proposal. Khalifa shook her head. Since the order has been issued, I will try my best to complete this task. After speaking, Khalifa turned around and left Spandam's room, ready to carry out her mission. Seeing Khalifa leave, Spandam slumped on the seat again. It must be successful this time, otherwise I will be punished, Spandam said to himself in a cold sweat. Time passed, and soon, under the guidance of the Golden Lion, Ziyan came to the base of their Golden Lion, a beautiful awaiting island with dense forests and a rainbow. You really know how to end a place, Golden Lion. Looking at the awaiting island under his feet, Ziyan, who was awaiting in the air, looked at the Golden Lion and said, the island you are looking for is quite beautiful. It only took you half a day to reach my base. The Golden Lion said in a little surprise. You must know that even if Golden Lion eyes with all his strength, it will take a day from the base to the Dual Island. But when Ziyan took him to Y, it only took half a day to do it. This made Golden Lion even more curious about Ziyan's ability. Okay, Golden Lion, don't make a fuss. Ziyan waved his hand. Hurry up and take me to get my spoils. You also want to recover your freedom soon, or you feel that relying on your hand will save you from my hand. Looking at the soldiers pouring out of the island, Ziyan said with a smile. This time I admit it, I won't play it. Golden Lion shook his head. Although I don't know your specie strength, but to become their boss of that woman named Drake, I think your strength is not too bad. These men of mine cannot defeat you. I'm also injured now, and I don't want to GHT with you. Hee, you were beaten badly by Drake this time, Golden Lion Shiji. Ziyan raised his head. My partner is not bad. It is indeed a very powerful partner, and you have other very powerful partners. Either that, the RST Miyamoto Musashi who won the competition, or there, Li Shiwin. The Golden Lion sighed. This lineup reminds me of the previous pirates. You're talking about the Rocks Pirates, right? Ziyan said with a smile. You actually know the Rocks Pirates? The Golden Lion looked at Ziyan in surprise. You must know that the Rocks Pirates were pirates before Roger's era. Page 109. Although the Rocks Pirates were extremely powerful in the past, few people know the Rocks Pirates after the era of Roger. Golden Lion didn't expect such a young Ziyan to know about the Rocks Pirates. I know more than you think, Golden Lion. Ziyan turned to look at the Golden Lion with a smile on his face. I also know that you were once a member of the Rocks Pirates. You know so much. The Golden Lion looked down at his subordinates on the island below, and sighed. Take me down, I'll tell them a few words so they don't get impulsive. After that, I will take you to get your spoils. Ziyan raised the corner of his mouth slightly, and brought the Golden Lion down to the crowd below. Be careful, that guy came down with the Golden Lion boss. Quick alert, alert. We must rescue Boss Shiji. The people on the awaiting island all watched the battle between Drake and the Golden Lion through the broadcast of the phone bug, and naturally saw the defeat of their boss. Now seeing Ziyan bringing the Golden Lion to their territory alone, they all want to take Ziyan down and save the Golden Lion. Okay, let's all stop. The Golden Lion that fell on the ground prevented the companions from approaching. You all get out of the way, don't shoot Ziyan. Saying so, the Golden Lion led Ziyan forward. But, boss, isn't this a good opportunity to catch Ziyan? Yeah, as long as we catch him, we can ask the Drake Pirates to surrender to us. Yeah, let's go together, Boss Golden Lion. With you here, we will definitely be able to restrain Ziyan. Shut up all of you. Seeing that his subordinates even wanted to catch Ziyan, the Golden Lion immediately yelled at them. Now I am injured, but I don't have the strength to restrain Ziyan. Hee, it seems that your companions don't intend to let me take my spoils easily. Ziyan went to the side of the Golden Lion and tilted his head to look at him. I need to make them realize the difference between me and them. Wait, don't. Boom. Before the Golden Lion finished speaking, all his companions were heavily pushed into the ground by Ziyan's telekinetic force. People with slightly weaker strength will lose their own lives. Seeing the miserable state of his companions, the Golden Lion pointed at Ziyan with a trembling index finger. Don't thank me, Golden Lion. Ziyan smiled and said, I'll help you pick out some weak and unqualified products, which can be regarded as raising the standard of your team. It's all right now, and there is no objection. Now, then, go on leading the way, Golden Lion. You bastard, quickly release your ability. Seeing that his companion was still crushed in the ground, the Golden Lion yelled loudly at Ziyan. I can't help it, Golden Lion. Ziyan shook his head and said, they were the ones who wanted to attack me RST, and I was just forced to GHT back. Hurry up and take me there. The sooner I get the things, the sooner I can leave here. If you delay for a long time, you may have to recruit partners again. Hearing Ziyan's words, the Golden Lion stared at Ziyan viciously. Soon, he turned around and ran forward quickly. Ziyan smiled, and quickly followed the Golden Lion's pace. Ding! I found a devil fruit in front of me. Please ask the host to collect it. Page 110. Hearing the system's voice in his head, Ziyun raised the corner of his mouth and looked towards the room in front of the Golden Lion. Is that where it is? Ziyun thought in his heart. It's here. Take your things and leave my place for me quickly. The Golden Lion pushed open the door of the room and looked at Ziyun angrily. Ziyun ignored the Golden Lion's anger, walked into the room happily, and looked at the room full of treasures. It has to be said that, as a legendary pirate who has roamed the sea for so many years, although the Golden Lion was imprisoned in the city of Jinjin, his ability to accumulate wealth is quite powerful. Not bad, Golden Lion. There are actually 4 devil fruits hidden here. Ziyun looked at the Golden Lion amusedly. By the way, why don't you feed it to your companions? It will also increase your strength. Although they are all ordinary devil fruits, there must be some of your companions who are willing to eat them. That's out of your control. The Golden Lion waved his hand heavily. They are all yours now. Take these things and leave. Now, Ziyun smiled, stopped talking, and used his telekinetic power to control several devil fruits and treasures worth more than 2 billion yuan in Huawei. And with Ziyun's departure, Golden Lion's companions who were crushed underground also stood up one after another. After witnessing Ziyun's departure, the Golden Lion looked at the room that Ziyun had emptied, and there were many wells on his forehead. Damn Ziyun, I will never let you go, just wait for me. The roar of the Golden Lion echoed in the air and spread far away. After ying some distance away from the awaiting island of the Golden Lion, Ziyun stopped listening and looked at the spoils he had obtained this time. Now there are 6 ordinary devil fruits and 1 phantom beast devil fruit, which can summon 1 companions, and the current berry is enough to strengthen all companions to the top. Hee, you can increase your own strength again, but I still have to keep 2 devil fruits as spares. Speaking of which, Musashi once said that if she wins the duel, I hope I can summon a swordsman. In this way, she can often compete with her peers in swordsmanship. Yes, Ziyun dragged his chin with his hand, thinking in his heart. In this case, this phantom beast devil fruit, please. Soon, Zu System, who had made a decision in his heart, consumed a 1 phantom beast devil fruit to summon his swordsman companion. Who would it be? If it's Kojiro Sasaki, that fellow Musashi might be very excited. Seeing the magic circle awaiting in the air, Ziyun thought silently. However, because it is in the air, in order to prevent his companions from falling into the air as soon as they come to this world, Ziyun laid a wall of thoughts under the magic circle. As the magic circle dissipated, a pretty lady with blonde hair appeared in front of Ziyun, wearing blue clothes and silver armor. Ask, are you my master? It turned out to be that female King Arthur. Looking at the extremely familiar person in front of him, Ziyun's heart beat wildly. Back when he was still at Blue Star, Ziyun was attracted by this beautiful and noble knight with an invisible long sword in his hand. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the sword of vowed victory. At the same time, a system note Ikatain sounded in Ziyun's mind. After coming to this world, Ziyun often thought that maybe one day he would summon her, but thinking of so many characters in 2-dimensional, Ziyun actually didn't have too much expectation in his heart. But now, I didn't expect that I would summon the long-imagined character because of Musashi's request. This surprised Ziyun, but also made him extremely happy. Hello, King of Knights from afar, my name is Ziyun, and I am your master. Ziyun walked up to Artoria and stretched out his right hand. I'm glad you answered my call, and I hope we can get along happily in the future. Seeing Ziyun's outstretched hand, Artoria smiled slightly, and stretched out her hand to hold Ziyun's right hand. It seems that the master who summoned me this time will be a very easy to get along with. In this way, the contract is established, and from now on, my sword will be sent to you. Please boldly give me orders. Artoria smiled and continued, let's go, master, let's go now. Wait a minute, Artoria, by the way, can I call you Leah directly? If you like this audiobook, subscribe the channel for more videos like this. And join my Patreon if you want to support me, where you can find advanced audiobooks that hasn't been uploaded on YouTube till now. Leave some comment and let me know if you guys like this story, or you have a web novel you like and want to hear its audiobook. I will be happy to create them for you. Please like, share, and leave a comment on the video.